Hi, welcome to your Math Resource Showcase. I'm Amber Soto, and this week we're going to focus on that beautiful place where math meets art. And I thought, what better place to start than using the things we talked about last week, those logic puzzles, and using a particular puzzle that brings math and art together. Now, this puzzle has many different names. There's an app on my phone called Picture Cross. Some people have called it Pick Stitch or Pick Cross. It's been called Griddlers. It has a lot of different names, but the fact of the matter is its official name, it's a Japanese puzzle, is Nonograms. So I wanted to go to Google and Google Nonograms. It's Nonograms. So it's almost like no-grams. And there's a lot of different options here. One of my favorites is actually nonograms.org because they allow you to either do pictures in black and white or in color. And I think they come out beautifully, but they're very, very big pictures and they would take a long time. And I want to keep the video short when I explain it so that you can go out and play with it. So I'm going to stick with what we did last week. Remember we did the puzzle-bridges.com and then we did puzzle-skyscrapers.com. We're going to do that same puzzle. I really like what they have there. So we're doing puzzle-nonograms.com. So puzzle-nonograms.com. And you'll see here when I come on, they immediately give me a puzzle. We can do several different things. You can look and decide if you like it or not. If you don't, you can click to do a new puzzle. So just now it gave me a new puzzle. You can also zoom. So if I want to make this bigger so you can see it better, I'm going to do that. All right, now the rules are over here, but I'm going to explain them to you really quickly right now. The way that nonograms work are the numbers that it gives you across the top tell you for that particular column how many boxes are colored in or shaded in next to each other. And so, for example, this 3 here tells me that 3 boxes are shaded in next to each other. It could either be this one, and this one. That would be 3 boxes next to each other. Or, or it could be this one, and this one. Again, that would be 3 boxes next to each other. Or it would be this one, and this one, which would also work. So the idea is that tells me that 3 boxes are next to each other filled in, but it doesn't tell me where. Same thing with the 1 and the 1. This in between tells me there's a space. So that means it could be this one and this one, or it could be this one and this one, or it could be this one and this one, or this one and this one. As you can see, there's a lot of different possibilities for that. And then the same thing going this way. These numbers that are to the left tell you how many boxes are filled in next to each other in the row in the same way. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to start with the biggest number. So I see the 4 here, and this is a 5 by 5 grid. So it's 5 across. So I know the 4 has to be either these 4 or these 4. Those are the only 2 options. So in my head, I think, well, whether it's these 4 or these 4, either way, it uses these middle 3. We just don't know if this is going to be the 4th one or this. So let's fill in those middle 3. We know they're filled in for sure. Then once we have the middle 3 filled in for sure, we can look at some of these others. Like I look at this 2 and I say, well, there's 2 next to each other and we already have one here. So it's going to have to be that one. And then what you can do is you can use your right click to put X's in the places that you know there aren't boxes. So I have my 2 filled in. There's no more that it's going to be. So I put X's to fill in there. Same thing here. It tells me it's 3 and then a space and then 1. So let's do that. If we're starting here, because that's what it told us it was for the 4, we can go like this, and then there has to be a space and then a 1. There's no other way that we can do that. And by the way, if you're thinking, well, why not start down here? Why not start here? You absolutely can. Start wherever you want. I'm just letting you know how my thinking works, how I approach these, but there's no one right way. The idea is if you can make a picture using the numbers and it all fits, then you're good. Okay, so looking back at here again, I can see this 2. If you look across in this row, we already have 2 next to each other. So we can put X's for the rest of that row. That row is covered. Okay, so now let's look at this one. 1, 1, and 1. If you think that there's 5 different spaces, is there any other way to put 3 1s with spaces in between than just this? 1 space, 1 space, 1. There's no other way you can do it, because if you change any of these, then they'll be next to each other and it doesn't work. So that one has to be that. And so now we come to this 3, there's 1 here. So we know that the other 2 have to be there. There's 3 together. Now we have to X this out because this column is done. And by the way, you can X once the column is done. So like that one's done. These are done. This is done. This one we don't have 4 yet, but we can do it real quick, can't we? Because now that we know this is X'd out, this has to be the 4th. So that's done. This 2 is done. The 1, 1, 1 is done, all 3 of those. This one is done, so we can put X's for the rest of this row. And then this 3 down here, we have a 1 space 1, but in order for all 3 to give together, we're gonna have to fill that one in. And then we're gonna X out this because this 3 is taken care of. And then we look this way, these are the ones we haven't X'd yet. There's a 1 and a 1, we got it. And this way there's a 1 and a 1, we got it. And we should be good to go. So we click done, and it tells us, congratulations, you have solved the puzzle. And as you do these more, you'll start to recognize patterns and you'll get really, really quick at solving them. They become highly addictive. I have a lot of fun with them. Okay, so with that said, I hope you understand how to do a nonogram now. So I'm going to click to do next puzzle. Let's see what they come up with for us. There it is. That is going to be my challenge to you. This is now your puzzle. So whatever you have to do, if you need to pause and take a copy or print this out, or get grid paper maybe and write a 5 by 5 and then write the numbers on the outside and on the top and fill it in. However you need to do it, go ahead and do that. And then I'll give you the solution tomorrow. I hope you have fun with this. I hope, as always, that you make connections and that you're not afraid to take risks and that you have fun with the math. I hope you have a beautiful day today. And as always, happy mathing.